Okay, ready, go.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I have to clear my throat. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Luis.
I'm like, all you have to say is your name, bitch. Hi, my name is Brett.
Welcome to Useless Banter,
A podcast where two best friends won't
shut the fuck up. Basically, a podcast where we talk about a bunch of useless shit that doesn't really matter, but is highly entertaining.
So raise your glasses, lower your expectations, drop your panties,
and let's get useless. We're just really having so much fun over here.
Yeah, we've got the giggle monster over here.
I know. Oh my gosh. Okay, first episode recording post 2-week Europe trip.
Yeah,
Girl.
too long.
Weeks. He's like 2 dreadful weeks.
Like that shit sucks.
Oh my
No,
god.
I'm kidding. It was literally incredible. It was so incredible.
No, it was so fun. It was so fun. Yeah, had a blast. I will say, getting back to it, the jet lag actually wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be after.
No.
I think it's just the like mental kind of and physical switch from going like 2 weeks away on vacation to then like jumping right back into it, because we both like literally the next day
got right into it. Yeah,
got right back into it.
Yeah, I went car shopping the day I got back.
Right. Which you got your new Jeep.
I got a 2026 new Jeep Wrangler Willys. I named her Billy. Did I tell you I named her Billy?
No, Billy.
Yeah.
Why Billy?
Because so the it's a Willys. That's like the what is that? That's like the model.
The model. Mm-hmm.
And then she's blue. And like
Cute.
Billy,
also Bill. You know?
Exactly.
So cute.
So
oh my god, I love
she's
that.
my blue Willy. She's Billy.
Oh,
I'm like literally obsessed. I've never been a car person ever in my life, and I think maybe I just have never been a car person because I've never had a nice car.
Well, you're excited about this one. This is one that you've wanted for a really long time.
Yeah, like this is the first time that I've ever actually gotten my dream car.
Yeah.
And everyone tried to talk me out of getting a Jeep. Everyone's like, oh, it's a bad car, blah, 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 this and that. It's going to be so expensive on gas. I don't care.
You're also leasing it.
I'm leasing it. Yeah,
so
I'm leasing it. It's also the first time I've ever leased a car. Yeah. I've always like bought cars full out. And usually I just like buy like a pretty mid car that gets me from point A to point B. And but this time I'm like, no, I'm going to lease it. I also like, I'm an independent contractor, so it makes sense for me to like be able to like write off my lease, which I think is so nice. And then also like it is a Jeep, so people say that there's problems with Jeep, so I'm like, in 3 years, or if there's any like big problems with it, I'm like, okay, can you guys fix it for me? My car, what I was paying for my other car is literally like $20 less.
Crazy.
And my other car was not cute. Like it was, I mean, she did the job, but she was nothing in comparison to what I'm driving now. And everyone also, I was like, I didn't know if I always have wanted a black car. But I did like a little poll on Instagram. I'm like, should I get the black, the green, or the blue? It's like a crazy bright electric blue. And everybody said black. Well, the majority of people said black. A lot of people said black. And I get it. It's like sleek, timeless, sexy, like whatever. And I was kind of sold on the black. When I came, I was like, no, I want a black one, whatever. And then, but I still like wanted to look at some other ones. And she brought the blue out. She got the push top. So I just push the button, the top comes off. Yeah. She took the windows out for me. I was like, oh, baby, I'm sold. I also feel like everyone has a black Jeep. So like my car is bright. Like when I pull up, you know, it's me.
And I feel
like you were actually not for the black. You told me to get a color.
Yeah, well, because one, you were leasing it, and two, a Jeep, I feel like, I mean, you could go black or white with a Jeep and be it would still be cute. But like also you're leasing it, and I'm like, what's the harm in getting a color? Because my thing usually is like, with cars, I'm like, oh, am I gonna get over the color?
Yeah.
But I'm like, you're not really committing to it long term. So what's the harm in getting it? And if you end up loving it, then amazing, you know?
Yeah. I also feel like my personality, like Nathan, one of our best friends, he voted to tell me to get black. And then when I posted that I got the blue, he was like, I knew you were gonna get the blue. I feel like everybody said that. I just feel like it's more my personality. Like I'm not a quiet person. Right. So I'm not going to be quiet on the road either. Meow.
Okay, just be careful on the road, girl. Don't get crazy.
You know what's crazy too is I've been driving so careful. Like I'm like, so, because I'm like, bitch, nothing can touch. Before I'm like, I don't fucking care. This car's a dump, like whatever. So I feel like I was like just reckless, whipping that shit around. Well, now I'm like, please, like not even a scratch. Like I love this car, you know?
Well, also they say that like cops see the colored cars more, you know what I mean? Like with bright colors, you're more noticeable on the road. So like,
oh, I'm noticeable.
You know, but that's what I'm saying. Like also be careful because people are going to be watching your car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's so cute. I haven't seen it in person yet, so I'm excited.
I know we're going to go on a drive tonight.
Yes, I'm so excited, honestly. And I know you've been wanting this car for so long. So I'm just like hyped that you got it, girl.
Yeah. Hey, just a little good, funny little memory. So we were when we were in Joshua Tree, we were shrooming it up in Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
And so obviously I'm like one with nature. I'm laughing at everything, hysterically laughing, like whatever on my birthday. And one of my Nathan again asks me like, what do you want to accomplish at 29?
And we're like peak like
and
trim, and I'm like, yeah, we're like, whoa.
And I literally look at him and I'm like.
And in my head, I was like, that is such a loaded question to ask right now.
Literally, there was like an algebraic question over my head because I was like fighting for my life to like come up with something. And the only thing that I could think of when someone asked, what do you want to accomplish at 29? I was like, I want to get a Jeep.
And we all broke out cackling, girl, because we were like, we're all waiting for it too. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I don't even know what I would answer in this moment. So what are you about to say?
Everyone's thinking I'm going to give some profound answer. And like the only thing that I could offer was, I want a Jeep.
Oh my God, iconic. Okay, so yeah, that was like the big thing to take care of when we got back. But back to the trip. I mean, it was your first time.
Because we like kind of haven't really fully unpacked the trip, you and I.
Yeah. Because we got back and jumped right back in.
Since we got back, yeah.
Also, it's been like 2 days.
So what is your honest?
Well, I was going to ask you because that's your first time out of the country.
Yeah.
So like, what was your experience?
Okay, I have a few bullet points.
Yeah.
First of all, I just genuinely think that everyone should travel. After like traveling out of the country and going to Europe specifically, I understand like the travel lifestyle now because I travel a lot in my own life, but like in America, in Canada,
and it's for
I've been to Mexico. Like,
oh well, that too.
Yeah, and it's like it's typically like for work or you know like little vacations here or there. But like going to Europe, like all the way on the other side of the country, going to a place that's like, you know, 8-9 hour time difference, completely different culture than we're used to. And so much history. Like I truly believe in my heart that there's like so many healing properties from just being there.
Yeah. And
for me too, I think like this trip meant a little bit more to me after my dad had passed. I felt like for some reason, and I watch like TikToks and stuff and people like talking about this, but like when you're like traveling far places like that, and especially places that have such huge historic like viewpoints and things to do and see, like I felt like connected spiritually and I could feel my dad like there with me in a weird way.
Absolutely.
So it felt really, really healing to be in like certain places. I mean, remember like we got to, I forget where that was. It was in France, where like the triangle.
The Louvre.
Yes, the Louvre. And I just felt so much energy that I started crying.
You were really crying.
I couldn't help it, but I was like literally just sobbing. I felt like I felt my dad. I felt like I felt so much energy there. And I was like, wow, like this is where I should be right now. Like I should be doing this. And like, I've been telling all my riders all week because obviously everyone's been like, oh my God, how's your trip been? Like, and I've just like been saying like in class, I'm like, if you have the opportunity to go, do it. I think that everyone deserves to see it. Doesn't matter. Like money comes and goes, but these experiences will stay forever. And I'm just like so grateful to have experienced it and to have experienced it with you, my best friend. And I'm like so grateful because honestly, I kind of got to play like passenger princess on the trip, which I feel like the next time I go, if I go to those places again, I won't be passenger princess because I'll, know the way. But the group of people that we were with, they were pretty experienced travelers too. So honestly, it was nice. I feel like I didn't run into a lot of the problems that I'm sure that like first time travelers do. Cause I know that there was definitely multiple opportunities for things to be like shitty if you didn't know. So I was grateful to be like passenger princess and to just have been like led by great people or whatever. I didn't realize, and I think this was like maybe a misconception for me, like, and maybe just like different styles of traveling. But you were like when you're there, it's like, it's vacation, but it's not the vacation that you think of when you go to Mexico, right? Like you're not laying by the beach all day.
Right.
You're not like drinking all day. You're not like vibing out and like whatever. It's like you can to some extent.
Yeah, you
but
can.
it's more like when you go to Europe, it's more of like a sightseeing. It's like you're checking things off the box that you want to see. And so I feel like there was like a few points where I was like, damn, we're going to another place. Or like, damn, wow, okay. Like there's a lot on the schedule because we were trying to like jam pack a lot of things. So that I feel like maybe was a little overwhelming to me at some points. But then I think like I like internally was like, okay, like you don't have to do all these things if you don't want to, you know? And like also everyone travels differently.
Yes.
So I definitely was like, you know, just taking note of those things and like also starting to understand like what my own personal travel style is, because until you really travel and do like a long trip like that, you don't know what you want or you crave. In settings like that. So I think it was like learning experience for me in regards to that. I'm like, okay, like when you're going to Europe, it's like, you're not like,
well, I also think it depends where in Europe you're going.
And like, I guess that's true
because
too.
if you're going to like the beach towns, the coast of like Europe and things like that, there are places for sure where it is more loungy, more chill, more whatever.
Yeah.
Especially like, let's say you're going to the islands of Spain or like, you know, the Greek coast or whatever. Like
I know, I guess that's true.
There's different like travel, there's different destinations and there's different trips for different ones. Like even in Mexico, when you go to Mexico City, it's going to be way different than when you go to like Puerto Vallarta, because Puerto Vallarta is like a beach town. Mexico City is like a city.
Yeah.
So it really, I always think like, okay, there's like city travel and then there's like beach travel, you know, like tropical travel. Those are two, in my head, two very different trips, you know? I also think like for me, I will say I've gone on the trips where it's like, go, overwhelming. I'm like, oh my God, this is a lot. And then I've been on the trips where it's like, I want to do more than what the rest of the group wants to do. Yeah. So I've definitely been on both ends of those trips. And I will say, like you said, until you do it, you don't really know what you want.
Yeah.
Definitely like, and even to be honest, like Yvette and I talked about this recently, because for us, you're going to probably laugh at this. For us, this trip was kind of more chill than our usual trips. I feel like usually we're very much like, we wake up, it's like thing after thing after thing after thing. But honestly, we went to Europe like 2 years ago and we went with a different group of people. And that kind of like, that group of people was very like, okay, wait, let's just like peruse and walk around and like whatever. And we're like, oh, we don't have to like book a tour for everything we do, you know? So I think I'm still learning that, you know, and still kind of finding that
the balance,
middle ground, because I am someone who, when I go to a city like that, I want to see the monuments. I want to like learn about the history. I want to see the art. I want to like know why this is there. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times the stories that come with it, especially in places like Rome, and, you know, you go back to like World War II, or like even just the reasons that these things were built or why they're even still here is really, really crazy. Like we were in the Pantheon and it was actually really funny because we were listening to like the audio guide tour, and it was like the whole story of the queen and the king. And there was this story about how one of the like, I forget, she was like a queen. She was like at an opera and she was smoking a cigarette, but she didn't want to let people know that she was smoking a cigarette. So she hid it under her tulle dress. The tulle dress caught on fire and she died that way. And that was like the tragic story of her. And they were like explaining this in the Pantheon, and you saw her like where she was buried and stuff. And I was like, that is so insane. Like that is crazy. And then you think back on that time and you're just like, it's so crazy to even think that that was like a thing in the moment, you know?
Yeah. So
it's little things like that I'm just like always so amazed by. And it puts things into perspective. 100%. When you learn about how things got to be where they are, especially in a different part of the world. Cause like we have our history here in America and we get so tied to that sometimes that we forget about the history that happened in other parts of the world and why different cultures were shaped in different ways. And also why we were shaped in the way that we are, America, because that had a lot to do with it. Mm-hmm. So I just think in general, it is really an eye opener and you learn a lot, and there's just perspective. And like even walking through the Vatican, the art was so beautiful.
The Vatican was so incredible to me.
Insane.
Like I could have like, and that's why I think that yes, like there's balance, because like I too also was like blown away by the history and stuff. Like, and I'm like such an art person. Like, I love art. Yeah. Like I went to art school and, you know, I've learned about a lot of the paintings that we even saw, and So to like when we were at the Vatican, I was like, this is like a field day for me. I was like, yes, like I really didn't even need to talk to any of us. Like I really was like headphone in, like I was invested. And there's just so much, like there's such a presence when you're in the presence of all these things. And like you look at all this art and stuff and you think like, wow, like these people didn't have nearly the amount of resources that we have now. And they were able to create some of the most mind-blowing art and work. Like the chapels that we were in and everything. I'm like, I just like think back to like those times and I'm like, how the hell did they complete that?
Yeah.
Like,
I think Rome specifically is very like, it's a mix of like, you feel like you took a step back in time, but also there's a whole metropolitan city around it. So it's like old architecture with like kind of new modern establishments. And, you know, we were at that rooftop bar and we were
that was like one of my favorite spots.
I know. We were this rooftop bar. I honestly can't even remember the name of it right now, but
me neither.
We had found it on TikTok and we went and we didn't have a reservation. And the guy was actually like, you need a reservation. And then he's like, look online to try and get one. I think he saw us like trying to find one and he was like, any luck? And we were like, no. And he called the restaurant up there and he got us in. And I was like, that was really nice because you did not have to do that.
I know. And hey, we're like, oh yeah, we originally were like, oh, we have like just 3 people. Can you sneak us up? And then we get a reservation. Then we're like, by the way,
can we add 2 more?
Yeah.
But they were so nice. They really accommodated.
What was it called? What were we looking at?
So the Victor Emmanuel Monument, which you can climb up it, but they call it, I think, the like wedding cake because it literally looks like the topping of a wedding cake.
It is incredible. Like
incredible.
What an incredible view.
And like when the last time I was there when I was in middle school, we actually walked up it. So we went to the top and you can walk up it. It's free, but it is stunning. And it's just like, again, you're sitting at this like rooftop modern bar and you're staring at this like old monument. And it's just like insane. Or when we went out to like the gay bars and we were just like drinking and I was like, we're Coliseum is right
next
there.
to the Coliseum at the gay bar. Yeah.
It's insane. And this was like nighttime. It was lit up. It just looked beautiful. And it's again, like you're in this moment and you're like, this building or this monument has been here for like decades, ages, years, you know what I mean? Like,
you know, it's so funny when I was at the car dealership, the guy that was like doing the financial like checkout for me or whatever, he had a full like sleeve and it was like the Coliseum and like this and that, like whatever. And I was like, oh my God, is that the Coliseum? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, like, have you been or whatever? And he was like, actually, no, I've never been.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, gag it. Like,
wow. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's one of the 7 wonders of the world.
Yeah.
It's like crazy to think about. I'm
insane.
Like, it's really insane. And it was cool too, because like so Yvette and I and Tani have been to all the places that we went to, right? So we had been there before. Granted, Rome, I hadn't been there for like 20 years or something. But it was cool seeing it through like your and
damn,
Alvaro.
bro, you aged yourself.
No, right. And it was cool seeing it through your and Alvaro's eyes too. Alvaro, our friend's like husband, who, you know, he recently has been traveling so much for the first time too. And it was just cool seeing like that through your guys' eyes and, you know, I don't know whether it's like the appreciation of it or just the ability to be out there. And it reminds you that it really, really is a blessing to be able to like.
It's such a privilege.
Yeah, it really is.
It's such a privilege. Like I also like talking to my mom. Like my mom just kept calling me and being like, I cannot believe you're doing this. This is the most insane thing. Just like how we grew up and like, you know, we didn't grow up with a lot of money at all. And so like my mom was just like, I can't, like, this is like a dream of mine. Like I cannot believe that you're able to do this and you're spending 2 weeks away and stuff. And, you know, like to some people it's just like another day. But like, you know, like where I grew up and stuff, that wasn't like a real thing. Like people didn't do that. Even like in school and stuff, it's like, just like where I grew up, it's like, there wasn't people leaving for Italy. There wasn't people leaving for, you know what I mean? I didn't grow up in like a very like rich town or whatever. So like to my mom, like it was groundbreaking that I was like doing this. And she just like literally, even still, she just keeps like, I've told everyone that you're going. I'm so proud of you and whatever. And I'm just like, you know, it's very surreal. And I just am like, I'm so grateful. Like
also, like going to Paris during Fashion Week, I think was so just amazing to be there in that energy. And also for you, especially who went to fashion school. Like, I think I was so excited for you in that regard, because I was like, not only are we going to Paris, a beautiful city that's already like fashion capital of the world, but you're there during Fashion Week is insane.
No, it was so funny. We went to We went to a few fashion shows, but like the first one that we went to, we had just stopped by. Our friend Tani, she's a fashion photographer. So she shoots like all the entrance and like this, like when people are leaving and stuff. And just like being in the scene and being around is so freaking inspiring, especially for me. I'm just like, fashion was like honestly one of my first loves. As like a little boy, I just used to draw dresses and I just always told everybody I wanted to be a fashion designer. And so like being at Paris Fashion Week, which is like one of the most iconic, you know, fashion events in the world. I was literally like a little kid in like a candy store, you know, but we went to the first one and we were like, you know, we were just dressed for the day for a lot of walking. Like we weren't like,
also we weren't expecting to go to one that day.
We kind of, it was just a stop by. We were going to meet Tani, whatever. And we went and I was like, oh my God, I'm literally so inspired. But I'm like, Luis, I am mortified that this is how we look right now. I'm like, we will be coming back and I will be styling a look for us.
You went shopping.
Yes. So you started the marathon. And I said, I'm going on a little shopping spree, babe.
I was literally running the half marathon and you were shopping for outfits.
And literally like right next to each other. I'm literally in like like whatever. I'm just in Paris, like going from store to store, all these stores I'd never been in, just getting little things or whatever. I'm like, I didn't want to go crazy, but I was like, I just need to get some few pieces or whatever, some items, and I'm gonna like style us together 2 looks so that the next show we go to, we can look like we fit in.
And hey, we got interviewed that show,
and it paid off. Yeah, we got interviewed. They were like asking us all of our opinions on the brand, and I mean, you know, as we always do, we turned it on.
No, we really did.
They're like, what do you think about Paris fashion? And I'm like, oh, let me tell you what I think about Paris fashion.
yeah, absolutely. No, it was honestly iconic.
And they're like, what do you do? I'm a stylist.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. It was a really cool moment. I mean, again, I think knowing you and knowing your passion for fashion. But knowing how you just like love that, you know, it was cool too, because I think both Tani and I were just kind of like, oh my God, especially in that moment where they like asked to interview us and stuff. In my head, I was just like, oh my God, this is really like amazing that this is happening in this moment. You know? Like,
I think too, and that was like another cool thing is like, I think that like traveling ignites your passions and you're like you're inspired from things that you haven't been inspired in for a while. And even in those moments, I literally was like, I was seeing how all these people were dressing and like everything that they had on their body was a statement and they were not afraid. And I used to be like that. Like when I went to fashion school, like when I was at FITM, every single day I would wake up and I'm like, how am I going to style myself to stand out? You know? Sure. And I feel like as I've gotten older and just because I'm not really like doing it for money anymore, it's more just like passion projects and stuff. Like I've definitely like, dimmed my like fashion, not my fashion sense, but like I'm not walking out of the house like trying to make a statement every day anymore, you know? And it reminded me, I was like, I love to do that. Like I feel like I have just like kind of dimmed my light a little bit. And then being there, I was like, this is why people travel. This is a huge part of why people travel, is just to reignite like fuel. Like I was so inspired and I'm like, no, I really am that fucking bitch.
Right.
And like, why am I gonna not be that bitch when I am that bitch? You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%. I think, and I think for me, like who, you know, fashion isn't like my passion or number one thing. I enjoy it and I honestly just love getting styled by you. That's like, I love it because I remember you saying, you're like, when we were walking in our fits that night, you were like, it's just crazy because when you're in a fit like this, like how can you not walk feeling like you're that bitch? And I was like, honestly, like I feel like I'm that bitch. I'm walking down the streets of Paris and I'm in this fit that you just put through on me. And I'm like, I feel so good. You know what I mean?
No, it changes. Literally, it changes how you walk.
Yeah.
Like you carry yourself. You're like, you know that the public will notice you because you're wearing something that's going to stand up. So it's like, you have to carry yourself with confidence or else you look insane.
And for me, being in that scene or in that moment, it wasn't so much about like, oh my gosh, okay, now for me personally, like, oh my gosh, now I have to go back home and like turn out these looks. But it's inspiring because for me, and I think a lot of people can relate to this, no matter what environment you're in, when you see people unapologetically going for it and like pursuing their dream and just putting themselves out there, it reminds you like, if they can do it, I can do it in whatever that means
realm,
for me. Yeah, whatever realm. So like for me, it's coming back after traveling and seeing people live their lives like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to also do everything I can. So I can also, one, be inspired by that, but two, so that I can keep traveling. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like I refuse to show up in any room and not be unapologetically me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I refuse. There's no, time is way too short. Life is too short. Like to not be anything than like the loudest version of you.
I think also one thing that I love about traveling is that we get so wrapped up in our day to day and everything feels like you kind of forget that you're in this bubble of your community and environment. You know what I mean? So like your problems and the things around you and the things that you're going for, granted, it's good obviously to have goals and want those things. But when you step out of all of that, you realize my problems or my bubble is so small. Right. There's so much out there in the world. There are bigger things that people are like worried about or taking care of or thinking about that it calms you. Like for me, at least, it calms me. And it's like, okay, I can come back knowing that, yes, these are my goals and my challenges, but knowing that there's a whole world outside of that it doesn't have to consume me.
Right.
So I love that.
Okay, let's get into the real tea. Did you get sick of me?
Oh my God, no. Honestly, it's crazy because, hey, we survived. We're still here.
I know. And hey, the crazy thing is we're going to hang out after this.
No, it's literally.
Like, don't you bitches get sick of each other?
And it's funny because I feel like even to the very last day, we're still cackling on the plane. We're still like,
hey, we're literally, we made a song about shitting on a plane.
Like, how did we get there? I have no idea. We're
literally like 14 days later. Yeah. Like, because this is also the other thing, right? Like, when you even like spending, because in our day-to-day life, we spend a lot of time together, right? So I'm like, I'm with you all the time. So it's like, fine. But when you are like on a trip with people, these people, it's like, it's not like it's like, okay, you don't really have days to like refill your social battery.
Because you are literally like, we're staying in Airbnbs together. We're all in the same vicinity.
And it's not like we're like, oh yeah, let's take a day to like stay at home and watch movies.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're on vacation. You want to see things. You have a lot to do or whatever. So like your social battery is like on. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So like there's no time for you to be like, I'm actually going to like lay in bed and watch movies all day. Cause like, why are you going to waste a day like that? So, so like you're with people and it's like, you're on with these people like more than you would be just like in a typical like, you know what I mean? Or it's like, you know, we'll do a trip together where we're like, oh, I'm going to stop at SoulCycle really quick. I'm going to like get a ride in just so I can like tap in and have like something for myself or for a second and then I'll see you. It's like, you don't really have that as much, that's whatever, unless you like really find it.
Which I will say, continue.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, which I will say, like, I agree with. Granted, I think we did have those moments where you went to work out and I did my thing and like whatever, we met up later, which I honestly, especially with whether it's 2 people, whether it's 5 people, whatever it is, like any trip that I've gone on where it is more a bigger group or even slightly bigger group, there's always like a day or 2 where we don't necessarily see everybody until maybe dinner or like we get together later or whatever. And I love that.
I love that.
Because okay, how much did he love that? No, I love that.
Like, the best days were the days I didn't see you until
Oh man, no, but I honestly love that because one, I don't care. Like in terms of like, I want everyone paid to be here. Everyone is like took time off to be here. Everyone deserves to do what they want to do. So like if you want to go and not participate in something, or if you want to do something different, girl, be my guest. Like please. Also because it is 2 weeks. Okay. We are out here for a minute. Like do it. You know what I mean? So I fully like, I'm okay with that. And I know some people are very much, I love traveling with people who can do that, who are okay with doing that, because I personally don't want to hold anybody down or do anything that they don't want to do, you know?
Yeah. No, and there was a few times because like, obviously the group that we went with aren't like people that I see, me personally, like on a day-to-day, like, or not in my day-to-day life. So it was nice to get to like travel with people and get to like be around them longer and get to like, I feel like know them better. I feel like I know everyone on the trip now better and like on a deeper level. And I feel like there was times where I was like, felt like, okay, like you were probably like the glue that was like, that brought the group together. And so I was like, always just like, okay, like if they want to do something or like you feel like you need to do something with them, I want you to know, like, I will be fine. You know what I mean? Like, and that's like such like I feel like a dynamic in regards to traveling that you have to like, deal with. But I was just like, no, girl. Like if you want to go have moments with your sister, if you
Yeah,
wanna go have
yeah.
moments with Tani, like go do your thing. Like just let me know. I'll go. I will explore the city and be on my own. And so I think it's also nice to be with people that like can hang on their own or be on their own. You know what I mean? Because
absolutely,
it's a pressure, to feel like you don't want to like separate from people or whatever. And I don't know. It's just obviously it goes like along with traveling, but which also this is tea. What city did you like the gay scene in most? Because we did try to hit the gay bars in every city.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, we haven't really talked about London, so we can dive into that too. Yeah. But yeah, Paris, Rome, and London. In Paris, I'm trying to recap. Like, okay, in Paris, we did, oh my God, the shower room.
The shower room and the cave.
Okay, first of all, the shower room was so crazy. If you guys don't know or have never been, in Paris, there's this club literally called it's called the shower show or something.
That's not what the club is called, but that's like the party.
Right. It has the name, it has it on like the outside. It says like shower shows or something like that.
If you go there and you ask somebody about the shower show, you'll know.
So basically what happens is it's a bar or a club, I guess. It's 2 levels. On the upper level, there's a little tiny glass like shower room
cube that you like see through, like.
And this also would never be allowed in the US, but there's a guy that comes out and they do like 2 shows a night or something like that.
Yeah.
Comes out in a towel or in a something Speedo, whatever, and like literally it's a shower. So he ends up getting fully naked,
which is not allowed in America.
No, he's fully naked. Starts
fully erect.
Yeah, fully erect. He's playing with it. He's showing it off. He is waboosh. He's drawing hearts on with it. Okay, he's drawing rainbows,
blowing kisses. Like,
yes, no.
He literally had his penis on the glass and is doing windshield wipers
with no hands.
Yeah. Like, no,
and like, I'm like,
that was his party trick.
That was his party trick. And I'm like, first of all, the coordination and the muscle control.
And the joke within our like little travel group was like, so which one of us boys is going home to try the fucking rainbow, the windshield wiper?
Who's gonna be able to do it?
Yeah.
So he basically is taking a shower. He soap, water, everything, the whole thing. He's putting on a whole show. Okay. So it's kind of funny because the whole like club is like dancing, and then they announce the shower show and everybody crowds around this tiny little
and they're like all just like heads
looking
up,
yeah, like staring at this man. So that was actually really fun.
That was fun.
And it was cool because like
that was fun because our whole group went out too.
Yeah,
so we had like a whole night.
Exactly. And then we went to that cave one. Which I will say that was fun. We ended up going out again on Sunday night after the marathon, and it was quieter, but it was still fun.
Yeah, we still like made it work.
Yeah.
What I think is so interesting about Paris is that everything looks the same to me. Like all the streets look the same, and I think that's on purpose. Like I think they like to keep it like a specific style. So like I feel like the worst thing ever would be getting lost in the middle of the night in one of the streets in Paris because they all look the same.
Because Paris is very neutral when you go there. Like the colors are very neutral. It's not a very colorful city. It's very just neutral tones.
And the architecture is very similar and there's windy roads and it's like cobblestone roads everywhere. And what I do love honestly about I think like a lot of the places that we went to, but like the work-life balance you can tell is just different. And in pretty much all the places I went to, well, maybe not London as much,
London I think is a little
is London's different, but I think in Rome and in Paris, like there's like a coffee shop like every 20 feet. A little cafe or like a cafe. And in Paris specifically, they have like all these chairs set up and it all faces the street. So you get a table, whatever you're eating, and everyone's facing the same direction to like people watch or whatever. And I just thought that was so cool. And 99% of the cafes or little restaurants or whatever are like packed at all times. Yeah. Like, cause people are like out. It's
a very European thing. You'll see that like in Spain and Portugal. You'll see it in
France. And I've never experienced that. So to me, that was like mind blowing because I'm like, oh, in America, this is not a thing.
Well, it's funny. I always see those TikToks every time I come back from Europe. It's like me trying to recreate like cafe culture in LA. And it's like someone sitting on the side of the road and it's like a highway or whatever. It's not LA just wasn't built for that. You know what I mean?
No.
So it just is a very different structure. But
just
I do
like
agree.
Also, the culture in our country in general. Like I don't think there's any place like that in America.
I think America just has very much the hustle mentality, and it's very different. But yeah, so I mean, okay, so we went out in Paris. That was like shower room, cave room, like all that stuff. Then Rome, we were there in the middle of the week, so it was like less.
We didn't get to
like,
experience like the night out.
Yeah, because it was more like weekdays, but we did go out one of the nights, and that was the night that we went out to that bar, and it was like literally right next to the Coliseum. Very, very cute.
Very, very tiny bar. Of course, we made like friends with the drag queen.
Yeah.
We both got like, they had us both spin this little wheel.
Yeah.
And did you get?
No, you did it.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
I ended up like having to like Vogue battle the drag queen. So I'm like doing dips.
Oh,
like,
that's what it was.
Bow.
And then she like calls me over because she was like, "Are you a dancer too?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "You go." And I was like, "Okay." So we're like dancing.
Yeah, and then we're both dancing together, and there's a whole crowd around us, and it was just a whole get down, which was cute.
It was cute.
Yeah, super like. This is like on a smaller scale though, so I feel like we didn't really get to experience
for a Wednesday night though. It was pretty popping.
It was popping, yeah, it was cute. And then it was cool because we, I was like chatting like after with some of the guys and like just like getting the scoop and stuff, and it was like interesting because he was telling me that just in Rome, like they're not super progressive there because there's so much history, and so a lot of the people hold on to the ways of the past, and like I think like they're super big into Catholicism there, obviously.
Very Catholic country.
So they were saying like a lot of their like parents aren't really super accepting of the whole gay thing, and so it's like it's a fight for the gay community to really be like prevalent and like seen there, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, it's so interesting to hear that too, because it's like as a tourist you go and you're like, wow, history, there's so many like monuments, but when you think about it, those are constant reminders of what the country was and what history was. So I can see how, because there's so much attachment to those like historical monuments and historical landmarks and just like memories and whatever, there's a lot of pride in that country.
It's like hard for people to move forward.
Yeah, it's hard for people to move forward. Also, it's Europe in general is so much older than America. You know what I mean? Right. So like a lot of these things that are out there, you're like, America like is so young in comparison. So although yes, we have our challenges here too, I can only imagine what that aspect is like. Yeah. So it's really, really interesting to hear that. And it's funny because in Rome, we actually both got tattoos, right? So, by the way, we have to show the camera our tattoos. My God.
I got a little Cupid.
So cute. And I got these flowers. If people don't know, my parents work in agriculture, so they sell sunflower, eucalyptus, along with other greens and stuff. So I wanted to get those as an ode to them. But also, since we were in Rome, I got this little statue, which was perfect because my tattoo artist, she like loves doing sculptures. So she was like really excited and all that stuff. But I was chatting with her while we were getting these tattoos, and I was like, oh my God, so like, how long have you been, doing tattoo art? She was like, well, I studied graphic design and art and all that stuff. And I was like, what's it like being a tattoo artist in Rome or in Italy? And she's like, you know what? It's honestly really challenging. She's like, I end up doing a lot of tattoos on tourists because in Italy specifically, a lot of people still see tattoos as like kind of negative or just not clean, not good. And she's like, it's not as progressive here. And I was like, oh my God, this is like a theme that we're encountering, Yeah. And she's like, a lot of people still have that old school mentality. And she's like, so I end up getting a lot of foreigners. Also, the place that we went to is pretty, I guess, well known in terms of just like internationally. So, so in that sense, it was just interesting to tie those two together,
Yeah. I thought it was also interesting because I was picking people's brains just in regards to, they were like saying like, we're watching everything that's going on in your country.
Right.
I kind of like was talking to people in all three countries because I was just interested on what their perspective was on America, and like for the most part, I mean, in France, I think people are a little bit more rude. Like some of the people are they're just, but I liked it. Like,
I mean, Parisians specifically are known to not be
just
the
not
warmest.
They're just not overly warm.
Yeah.
And so I could definitely feel a little bit of energy, especially when people knew that we spoke English and stuff. Like I could feel a little thing, but I wasn't bothered by it.
Yeah.
And I honestly, you guys are cunty.
Yeah. No,
I'm like, you're dressed cute. You are kind of cunty.
It's the vibe in Paris.
It's the vibe. Yeah. I'm like, honestly, I'm here for it. I loved it. And then people were a lot more warm in Italy, just naturally more loving and warm and welcoming, which was cute. And then in London, I, out of all three places, I want to say I could potentially see myself living in Paris. I do love Paris, but I think that I could see myself living in London
100%.
Before I could see myself living in Paris. Definitely couldn't live in Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not. That's definitely a travel place to see the things and do the things.
Yeah.
London, I could live there.
Yeah. Yeah. To be honest, I personally, I mean, I love Paris as a city, but I've never been one to be like, oh, I could live in Paris. Like, I just don't think it's the city for me.
Yeah.
Even though I love it and I think it's beautiful and I love visiting it and there's so much to do and see and whatever. But yeah, I definitely think out of the 3 that we went to, I could definitely see myself living in London the most.
I loved London.
Yeah, London was so cute. Again, I always say it kind of just reminds me of like a European kind of New York City vibe. Like
I feel like it was like New York City on crack.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, for me, it's like I vibe with that energy, and also it just makes more sense for me. I think there's also a lot of entertainment that happens.
There's
there
a
too.
lot of entertainment. I feel like we could both definitely be like dance in a show there, because shows are very, very like popular.
The West End, yeah,
like so cool.
And also just
so
fitness is a big thing.
Fitness
there.
is a big thing. Yeah, like we took berries and we took Seoul. I got to like talk to the instructor at Seoul, and it's just, I love to go also see studios. Obviously, it's like a thing that we love to do. So I love to see like the culture and stuff, and I feel like that culture definitely matches my energy or my vibe. And there's so much to do. Like I feel like I could stay in London for months and still not have done everything.
Right.
The amount of restaurants, bars, like there's cafes, like different, like, and everyone was kind of saying, I've gotten an interesting like response, like, oh, how is the food in London? Like, as if like, I feel like a lot of people have the conception that food isn't great in London, or they're not known for
British food.
Yeah. Okay. And I was like, yeah. Everyone's asking me, I'm like, oh, I've had great meals in London.
But it's because India, like Southeast Asian food, Indian food is what London has come to be known for.
Yeah.
But like when you think about British food, or like in the UK, if you go to other parts, like we went to and I say we as in Yvette and I, but went to like Ireland and Scotland, and the food is very different.
Yeah.
Like British food itself is very different. I think we got to explore a lot of different cuisines.
I was going to say, we were definitely doing, well, because it's like a New York City where it has a little bit of everything. And so we were obviously just, we had Japanese, we had Chinese, we had Indian, which, okay, me trying Indian food was insane. Like I would never do that in a million years. And it was good. It was really good. I liked it.
I know. I was proud of you for that moment.
Yeah. That restaurant was really good. Also the gay scene there was so fun.
So I mean, it really is, like I said, it's like the New York of the UK, so like
we ended up, of course, at a warehouse party.
Yeah. Which like, hey, that was literally me last time I went to, because the same group of friends I went with that
group, I love that. They were so fun.
Shout out to Charisse, Adam, Mike. Like, so Charisse is like one of my really, really good friends since high school.
Such a cutie.
Yeah. And she lives out there. She's lived out there for a long time now. So the last time I went, I got to meet her friend Adam, who has his partner Mike, and we got to meet up with them this time around too. And
so cute,
so funny,
they were all
because
so fun.
Our friend who we met, and I say our friend, we met him in Paris, told us about this event happening. It's called the Feel It Party in London. So then, of course, when we get there, Charisse is like, Adam and them are going to Feel It. And we're like, oh, perfect. Like, that is literally,
And of course, we were doing the most extra credit.
It was so fun.
We were looking insane, but like in the best way.
Oh, God, we were really on one. We were really taking it.
We were really on one. Hey, okay. And then just to like, of course, we go anywhere, we have to do our big one. So we're out, we're doing all of the extra credit possible. And then we don't make it home until 7 a.m.
Yep.
And we had berries booked at 10.
Oh my God. And I was like, if we hadn't already committed to this, I would have been like, why did we think that was a good idea?
Why did we think that was a good idea?
Literally 7 a.m. We wake up at like 9 or something.
Well, okay. He wakes up. I lay in bed next to him like this. Like, well, I'm so glad you're getting a little nap in, girl.
Oh, yeah. You didn't even sleep.
I didn't sleep at all.
Oh, my God. The fact that we went to go take berries.
Yeah, we went hard. And so then we take our asses to berries boot camp at 10 a.m.
And of course, I'm like geeking with the instructor. And I'm like, oh, my God, yeah, I teach in LA. So once we're there, I'm like, oh, my God, I have to
turn it on. Yeah, and we did.
Yeah,
honestly, we ate. Like, but I'm like on the treadmill and I'm literally like sprinting for my fucking life. And I'm like, what's so funny is that number one, I can't feel anything. And number two is that just 2 or 3 hours ago, I was acting like a ferocious rat in public.
No, literally.
And now I'm
like, going for it, doing the most.
And of course, and it's like we're not showing up to a workout and half-assing anything. It's just not in our style.
It's not in our DNA.
We're going full the fuck out, and I'm like, I haven't slept.
I'm sprinting at like 13, babes. I'm like
Me
going.
too.
I'm
She's
like,
I'm
yeah.
like final.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll add another point. Okay, like crazy work.
And like these London people can't see that I'm not a hard worker.
And the crazy part is that like right after that, we just had a full-on day. Like
we just acted normal.
We were like, okay, after that, back
brunch,
to touring, back to singing, back to brunch. Like did the whole
another
thing.
Bus,
another bus club. Another club.
Oh my god, there was a song that was playing because we went out to Rain, and the song was literally like another bus.
Wait, no, yeah, what was that?
I don't know, but
because it was the Gaga, vocal, like that little clip, but it was like a remix of it. It was a remix
of it, and it just kept saying it, and I was like,
bus,
another bus,
club, another club, another club. We were literally like, this keeps happening to us, where it's like the theme of the
universe,
life.
like literally tries to talk to us through
through music, through soundtrack,
and then what we were I'll never forget it. That was like such a moment for me, or like a core memory is when what is it? The Olivia Dean.
Oh my god, the remix. Okay, we went to Heaven. Which, first of all, LOL, because then another night, we were just kind of like, we have to go to Heaven. It's like kind of like a rite of passage.
And it was also like 5-minute walk, not even like down the block. And so we're like, yeah, we have to go to Heaven because everyone had told us like that's the place to go. You also already been there, whatever. It's like all these different rooms and stuff. Yeah.
Which when we got there, we were like, okay, what's the vibe gonna be? We were kind of like,
we were
hesitant.
also like tired.
Yeah.
We were like just pushing.
Yeah.
We get there and I'm like looking around.
And I'm like, girl, remember the legal drinking age here is like 18.
I'm like, I feel like these are children.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm like, we might be a little too old for this get down.
We literally got a drink and we're like, maybe we get this drink and go, but let's like see first.
Like, we're
whatever.
like, yeah, maybe there's an older people section. Yeah. I don't know.
And we did end up finding more people our age.
We're in the crowd.
Literally
looking and I'm like, do you see older people? Do you see older
100%.
people? It was like honestly cute. Like we did see older people, and then we're like pushing, shoveling through the crowd to get, and we're like, okay, well, this is our people.
Yeah.
But
the venue itself, very cute, very cute, party. They have like balloons coming down.
We got to see like a RuPaul girl. It was a full
Athena
bit.
Dion. Shout out to Athena.
What was I gonna say? Oh, it was really cute to see like the baby gays, because I was like, they're like in their glory right now. They're out, they're experimenting, they're like whatever. And I was just like, oh, it was like a cool moment to just be like, see like everyone doing their thing. Like also like what I thought was really cool there was, and maybe it was just like a testament to like how we're growing as a community, but like there was a lot of like straight guys there. With their girlfriends, and then there was like a lot of I saw like a few like straight, or maybe I don't know, maybe they weren't straight or whatever, but they were just very expressive, like guys that are like with girls that are like, they're being affectionate to each other, and the guys wearing makeup and like what. And I'm like, this is so cool. Everyone is like expressing themselves and just accepted and loved here, and like everyone. It was just, it was just like a moment. I was like, okay, maybe we really are growing. Maybe there is like.
I think like to be honest, with especially like the younger generation. I mean, this is from the perspective of, I guess, an older gay, but like I know I
hated that,
but it's just like it's cool because I think gender, sexuality, everything is becoming way more fluid. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's cool to see that again, like experiencing that, seeing the younger generation.
Cool, it was not like that when we were that age.
No, not at all. Yeah. I feel like even when we were trying to break the mold, we were still trying to be put into labels. Like everyone was still trying to label themselves in one way or another. And I think we're getting to a point where people are trying to get rid of those labels, which I genuinely appreciate. Yeah. I'm like, honestly, we should be able to just be ourselves. Yeah.
No, I fully agree.
So I do love that. It was fun, but that Olivia Dean remix came on and we were living our lives. It felt like a movie. Like we were screaming, the balloons were falling, like everything was, I was like, this is everything right now.
And then we found like this little back room at the end of the night.
Oh my God. Yeah. because we made friends with that guy who led us to this other room. It was like a hip hop, like Latin room.
And we were literally, I kid you not, in a music video the whole night. We were giving it our all. Like, I have not danced like that in so long. And bitch, I would look over and see you and I'm like, damn, we're fucking the shit up. We were eating. We were
performing for ourselves. Like no one else.
Literally,
like,
I didn't care who was watching. Like we were just literally
on the platform, off the platform. Like we were just like, and then it was cool too because we saw another group of dancers over there dancing it up.
And we're like, period. They're like, period. Like, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I do think that the going out scene there is cool too because people are just showing up to have fun. People are not like there for like my Instagram pic and whatever. They're just showing up to be present. And sometimes I feel like, you know, not everywhere, but I think in LA specifically, sometimes it's about like the perception and
sure,
just going to grab a drink. You know, whatever. And then there was like, no, bitch, let's fucking dance. Like everyone's just like letting loose and just like, and I was like, oh my God. Cause I'm like, I mean, when I go out to West Hollywood, like we'll dance, we'll get into it, but we're not doing what we did in London. That was like, we were drenched in sweat. It was like 2 hours of just pure going for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I missed that because honestly, like for me, like going to school in the Bay Area, like San Francisco, I feel like that's what it was. Like we would go out and we would be getting down, girl. Like it was just like that was the energy. You know what I mean? It was like very carefree, very we're gonna dance if we want to, very like hyphy music, hype moments. Like it was I missed that a lot. So it was cool being in London where I felt like I got that again, you know? Because I do agree in LA, it's not that you maybe can't find that, but I feel like it's harder to come across. Yeah.
Okay, well anyways, I think that
we really
we took it like, there. Yeah.
Okay, wait, I didn't even really ask you. Did you get sick of me? Wow, the pause says it all. No, just kidding.
No, I really did not. I not at all. Like it could have been just you and I, and we could have gotten no breaks from each other, and I would have been absolutely fine. Like you're just someone that like you sent me a meme today or whatever, and it was like the perfect description. It's like, you know, just the kind of friend that like doesn't drain your social battery. Like we can sit next to each other in silence. We don't have to say a goddamn thing, and I don't feel the need to like be performative or on. And so like I think even just like getting to do that with you, I was like, okay, like so I'm like, what trip are we doing on our own where we're gonna fuck shit up? You know what I mean? Like I'm like,
you and I have to do a solo trip.
We have to. I literally I was like, oh my God, we will be insane, but like in the best way.
In the best way possible.
Yeah, and we have been making a list, so stay tuned for our next trip.
No, honestly, yeah.
But I did not get sick of you.
Well, I honestly will say I want to wrap this up by saying that I really am just so proud of you for doing this because even though I haven't known you for that long, knowing your journey and knowing everything that you've told me and even seeing, you know, hearing your mom on the phone while we were on the trip and like how she was like, you know, wow, you're in like my dream city or whatever it is. Like and even just you telling me leading up to it, how you couldn't believe that you were about to do this. I'm just so happy that you got to do it. And I'm happy that I got to be a part of it. And I'm excited for more of that to come because I know that this is just the beginning.
Yeah. Well, honestly, thank you. Because if I'm being honest, I don't think I would have just made the trip on my own. You've definitely inspired me to explore the world. And just like I'm inspired by how well traveled you are and all the things. So I couldn't have thought of like a better person to do it with. So thank you for doing it with me and being a good little...
Well, cheers to that because we did not cheers this
whole time. Bitch, we were... Hey, that's how you know the yap was good.
Yapping. Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers.
Oh, it's okay. She went down.
Cheers. I love you.
Love you.